Yeah, it's all
Nick,
good. I
welcome
can hear
to
you.
the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. We got Nick in here. You know, for everybody who don't know who you might be, let them know who we got in the building.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I am a fellow YouTuber over here doing my thing on my side, and AK doing his thing on this side. He doing his thing on this side. I got the female audience, he got the male audience, and together we gonna come together and break down this whole YNW Melly trial that we have been watching. So, about to get into it.
All right, let's get into this. We ain't gonna waste no time. Look, so we had day 14 today, right? And I be seeing you in the chat. I be confused sometimes on what's going on. What do you think about today's outcome and event? What do you think about today before we get into day one and all that other stuff?
Today I was shocked because the whole time I'm just trying to hurry up and get the prosecution to rest their case, show their I did that message so that we can get to see what the defense has to present. And then they threw an okey doke with the female attorney saying that she is sick and that they're not going to come back until Monday. And I'm just like, what? What is really going on
You
here?
know what they did? She pulled a cat out of her bag. So you mean to tell me you fine when y'all go for the mistrial? You feel what I'm saying? You fine. Somehow you done ate a bad piece of shrimp and you so sick that you can't defend your client and you need 3 days.
And then my whole thing is like, those attorneys are like, there's three of them. So like they couldn't hold it down while she was sick for a day. Like, that's what I was confused about.
I don't understand. Nick, I don't understand. What do you feel about the mistrial? Them filing for the mistrial. You think they had grounds on that, or you think they was just desperate?
No, I feel like everything that they're doing, they know that they're not going to get granted a mistrial. They know that the judge is not going to grant it. However, they have to preserve the record and say that they had a problem with it when they go on appeal. For example, I sat in on the Tory Lanez trial, and I sat there and I listened to, the arguments, and I was there when he was found guilty, all that stuff. And I also sat in on his motion for retrial. Now, on his motion for retrial, a lot of things that his attorneys brought up as the reason why they wanted to get this retrial, his trial retried, it got thrown out because the original trial, they didn't object to it. So the judge was like, well, you guys didn't bring up this issue during the original trial, so you can't come in here now saying you have a problem with it and trying to open up and get a new trial. So what Melly's attorneys are trying to do, they know they're not going to get a mistrial, but if they ever try to do a motion for retrial, they can then bring up all those issues and be like, well, we objected here, we asked for a mistrial here, all of those. They're trying to, just make sure they get all their ducks in a row.
Right. Okay. So you basically think they doing their job. You know what I mean? They doing
Yes.
what they supposed to do. Even though we all know at home. See, we live in a society in a community where they feel like, AK, they don't have any evidence, AK. They're just full. Like, can you please explain? Because I've tried with circumstantial evidence. Is that evidence or is that not evidence on grounds of
They
conviction?
have a lot of evidence that puts Melly as the shooter. And I think that a lot of people who say, like, there's no evidence, I think those are the people who are hanging on thinking that you need DNA. There's plenty of cases where a person was found guilty and the people had no DNA whatsoever, but there was so many other things, like there's video of them going to the crime, leaving the house, in the house. Like there's other things that can point you as the culprit. And Melly has a lot of things that put him in the rear driver's seat as the shooter.
And they feel like because there's no gun or anything like that, like it's just they tripping. So what we gonna do? We gonna bag it all the way up. We gonna go back to day one. Um, they just starting. And how did you feel coming into this trial? Was you confident? Like before we had any, you know what I mean, any evidence or heard anything? Did you believe for a second this man could walk into this trial and beat this case from what they was telling? Because you got to understand what they was telling us this first is we got 500 pages of DNA. I ain't seen 500 pages. You know what I mean? So I came in the trial thinking he has no shot. You feel what I'm saying? What was your mind state coming in, did you think Melly had a chance, or did you always feel like, man, they just gonna throw the book at him?
From what I seen before the trial, I seen how they had like the dowel rods and all of those images that was surfacing online that showed where the bullets came from. So in my head, I was thinking, well, for sure, it shows that he did it. Now, once the trial started, the first, I want to say 2 weeks, the prosecution put up goofy witnesses. Like they put up witnesses who were like detectives. And the first detective, who was the one to present the evidence of the dowel rods, he started talking about how he used gum and stuck the gum and all of these things. And it was kind of like, what's really going on here? The way he was reiterating his thoughts came off like he was a little bit delayed. He would respond to questions, and he would be like, like, you like, are you are we on the same planet? Like, he asked you a question and then he would respond and he would say the same thing. So I'm thinking like, okay, they must don't really have a case, because this seems weird. Now, as they started to get into more witnesses, it took them about a 11 witnesses until they got to the actual nurse who talked about the kill shot. And then they got into, I think his name was Sergeant Christopher Williams, who talked about the trajectory. And both of them were able to lay out and explain why Melly was the shooter and how the things came about.
Okay, so what I'm about to do right now, I'm about to play this little. It's a little short about the recap of day one, and then we gonna get our opinions right after that. Hold on, real quick, y'all. Let me get up in here. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button too, man. We got almost 2,000 people in here, man. Once again, appreciate you, Meek, for stopping through. You know what's going on. Hold on.
Yeah, most definitely.
Hey, y'all, and don't be shy, y'all, when it comes to them cash app. I don't turn down no money, though. No, I appreciate y'all, though. All right, let me share my screen. Woo. Entire screen. Bow. Hold on, let me make it. Unmute it. Hold on, we might got to mute our mics real quick.
Out hot by saying Melly killed his two best friends off rip, based off the phone tracking data and the footage of him getting in the car, and the fact that his phone was tracked around with the two victims' phone at the same time. And at some point in the car, he shot and killed his two best friends. Then at 4:02 in the morning, he got out and shot the side of the car to make it look like a drive-by happened. That's everything the prosecution is saying what happened. Melly's lawyer came up and basically said that this investigation is botched and that they've ignored other possible suspects and kind of threw his co-defendant YNW Bortland under the bus, making it seem like Bortland was the one that actually shot them and not Melly, which was surprising to me that Melly is letting his lawyer throw Bortland under the bus. When Bortland showed up to the hospital with the dead bodies, he had gunpowder residue on his hands and a change of clothes, and the lawyer pointed that out and is trying to basically pin this on Bortland in a way. And the prosecution explained how the bullets came from the back left rear seat where Melly was sitting, and that the bullet's trajectory went from left to right, shooting both of the victims in the fucking head. So this shit is getting crazy. I'm covering it all on my YouTube channel. The prosecution.
All right, so that was basically a summary of day one. Like, how did you feel after all that, knowing that Melly and his lawyers, they blaming his co-defendant and just basically the opening statement? Hold on, you still on mute. Hold on, let me unmute you. There you go. Oh, hold on.
We know.
Go ahead, you good now.
Okay. That part was expected to me. Like, if he didn't do it, then who did? Who can we say did it? Because obviously they know what's gonna come into evidence. They know that they have victory. They know they have the analysts who talked about the kill shot. They know that it had to happen in the car because there was shell casings in the car. Even in their description, or Cortland's description of the drive-by, he never said that they shot back. So why would there be a gun casing inside the car? The defense knew that, so they had to go to Cortland as the shooter.
So do you feel, if you're Cortland, how do you feel that like your friend and his lawyers is basically putting the whole meal on you? Like, do you feel Cortland had a chance? Like from the opening statement, it seemed like to me like Cortland might be messed up because he had the gunpowder residue on him. He the one with the in human history of life go to the hospital with 2 dead bodies. Now, let me in the human history of life, 2 dead bodies to the hospital. He did it though. How do you feel about Bortman's chances at beating this case? You think he got a good chance? Like,
no, the only chance that I felt like he had at even getting any type of leniency in the case was if he testified. Being that this Moretti guy is their last witness, then clearly Bortland is not going to testify. And so therefore, stick a fork in him, he's done. I don't feel like they feel like they need to give him any type of leniency because they feel like they have nailed the phone to Melly. They have nailed the fact of the trajectory to Melly. They nailed the fact that the phone followed the route, and they have a ping location from right next to the hospital from him telling Fredo Banks to pick him up. So with all of those things, they're like, why should we show him any leniency? You're done too.
And that's what they don't get. And we don't need a video for days 2 through 5 because it's basically, you know, the examiner coming in, the trajectory guy, he doing everything. And it's just like, for people who's at home, y'all don't realize that is evidence, man. When they got bullet, basically, if I'm sitting right here and the bullet holes are right there, they stick things through these things, y'all. They stick things through the hole. The bullet has to come the way the hole comes. So day 2 or 4, it was like, wait, almost like, wow, how many gonna get out of this? But the defense was cooking because the defense lawyer was basically bringing up, well, we don't know if they switch seats or anything. You know what I mean? Now, this before we get the day after the other days about the cell phone and the footsteps and stuff. But day 2 to 5 was basically them bringing up people and showing the trajectories and stuff. Now, please explain to people your point of view on, do you think trajectory is really like 100%, or do you think it could be wrong? These people want Melly to be free, and we try to come and give them the truth.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people, again, they keep hanging on the fact that there was only DNA left outside on the door handle, and that the fact that they found that DNA during the course of the trial. Now, that seemed a little janky how they came about that, because it's like, why y'all didn't been had that 5 years ago? However, we seen him ourselves get inside the car. We seen all of the data that shows that he stayed within the course of the ride, because his cell phone pings all the way through their car ride. And then once the bodies get dropped off at the hospital, he then gets outside of the car and calls for himself to get picked up. Now, if people look at the photos, there's photos that the trajectory guy showed. It's not possible for there to been an outside shot. Now, they showed photos of the car from where they kind of like made shots and where they actually got shot for real. So if you put me on a full screen, I could pull up a couple of photos.
All right, hold on.
All right. So over here is one of the images from the trajectory guy. So if you see these dowel rods to the right, these orange dowel rods, these are the dowel rods where they staged this shooting at. So there's no shooting on the left side from the back, but there is shooting from the right side. Now, if you go and you see the angle at which the shot actually came from, the first initial shot, it comes from a close range. So they showed basically that at a very close range, there was a shot to Juvie, and then there was also a shot to Sack Chaser. So this is them demonstrating how close the range was when Sack Chaser was shot. And then they also showed how close the range was. I mean, when Juvie was shot, and this was the one for Sack Chaser. And so they showed also measurements from how far it was based on the holes that they had in their body. So when they were basically describing this shot right here, they talked about how it was impossible for it to be a drive-by shooting because the shot was a circular shot, it was a blunt shot, and it was not a shot from far away. They also showed how there was an impossible. Hold on, wait, let me pull up this other photo real quick. Okay, so this shot right here also shows the distance from the first shot. So if you look at these photos closely, you see how they give you the angle from which he was shot. So when you look at this versus looking at where they have everything from the outside where they staged it, it doesn't match up. So the way that this angle came in from left to right and the way that they staged these dowel rods, they don't have bullets that match up. So that's how they were able to tell that the shots not only came from inside, but they did not come from outside like they tried to botch and show. I'm not sure if you guys were able to follow that. You could double screen it. Are you there? Oh.
Yeah, and another thing people forgetting. Hold on, I can't see myself, but can you see me? Okay.
Yes, I can see
Another
you.
thing people forgetting was there's a spent shell case found inside this vehicle. It's from the same caliber of weapon that was found that they found inside of the body. So you got to think like people not thinking like, all right, if these people got killed with a 40 caliber bullet, why is there a spent 40 caliber bullet shell casing inside of the van?
Also, there's gunshot residue on the seat next to where Melly was sitting. So they also show photos of gunshot residue on the door where Melly was sitting and from the inside. And then they also show gunshot residue next to him on the right side on the seat. And they highlighted that with their red light. And I have the photos of that also. But it's not really nothing to put up on the screen because it's hard to tell what.
You don't want to bring them up?
Oh, yeah, I can.
All right, hold on. Is that crackling sound from me? It might be from me. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so right here, they circled and showed where the gunshot residue was. So if you look at this photo, all of the stuff that's like super light is like where the blood spatter was, right? These circular things that they circled, that is what they determined to be gunshot residue. Okay. And the trajectory guy basically explained how that was gunshot residue. Also, they had gunshot residue on the back of the seat as well. In addition to the gunshot residue, they also had a diagram, and I couldn't find it, but they had a diagram with their blue light, which it showed there was a body sitting in the seat at the time of the shots firing off, and it showed how blood spatter kind of like went around the body. Now I was trying to like in preparation get ready to try to get that screenshot, but I couldn't find the specific one. But they literally had evidence that showed not only was there a person sitting in the seat that Melly sat in, there was also a person sitting in Bortland's seat as well. So it's impossible for it to be like, oh, well, maybe Melly got out and then Bort got in the back seat and shot. They showed how there was a body sitting in both of those seats. The way that the blood spatter came into the car, there was blood spatter that went around Bortland that showed that I'm covering the seat, so blood can't go there. And then there was blood spatter around where Melly was sitting. Also, when their friend Trayvon Glass came in and testified, they were trying to get to whether or not Melly got picked up along the way with his friends. So that everybody keeps saying that he didn't give up a lot of information. He actually gave up a lot of information because they wanted to make sure, since they both cars were leaving the studio. Both cars had the same start point and the same end point. Both of them were supposed to be ending at Melly's YNW house. Okay. So if we're both traveling to the same destination, and when I get to the house, Melly and them is not there, I don't see a drive-by. I have no idea what's going on. They showed messages from Trayvon Glass the next day questioning Melly about what's going on. White people is telling me something is going on. But if we're both traveling the same freeway, we're going to the same destination, why did they veer off to where the other car did not see this drive-by happen? So what they did when the prosecution was talking to him was trying to make sure, hey, when you made it to the house, who was at the house? He said the same people you seen get in the car, because they were trying to eliminate the possibility that they can say, well, hey, along the way, we picked up Melly. When you got to the house, who was there? Oh, only the same people that you seen in the car. When you got to the guard gate, who else was there? How did you get let in the house? They were basically making sure that the defense could not say that Melly got picked up by his friends in the red car because they both had the same destination. He told them the next time that I seen Melly was at Fredo Bang's house and he had a change of clothes on. And they showed messages where he was questioning him about what was going on. Both on the same road in the same destination. Why he don't know what's going on? Why did they veer off? And what happened with that? So if you make it big, I could show the messages that they show with Trayvon or whatever his name is. All right, so these are the messages that he sent on Facebook. So on Facebook, he was basically confronting Melly the next day, trying to find out what is going on, because people are circulating and saying that Melly was the shooter. So the author from the message, it says Fetty Fargo, which is Trayvon Glass. And in the message, it says, I ain't believe ish, but what you tell me in word, just these crackers got everybody mind wondering, do you not know what the F they saying? Come on, man. And then he said, I ain't gonna never see my ends again. Y'all ends got the story effed up. I don't know no more. Come on, tell me real end stuff. Tighten up, real talk. I'm with all the texting ish in word. Pull up, tell me something. F you mean my ends mom hurt. She just want to hear from y'all boys. Hope you come. If not, I'm on everybody ass. I put that on everything, nigga. So that's his friend Trayvon Glass writing him right after the murders, and people coming to the conclusion that Melly was the shooter. In addition, it shows that Melly responded, and then Melly Day parents, and it says the F man, tell them F that. If they think I did some ish like that, we can go to war. You know I would never do nothing like that. Okay. And so that was that response. So then he was still trying to get him to communicate with him to figure out what was going on. And he said, you got to talk up, bro. Real ish. All this ish falling on me. And so then it shows that they then did a Facebook call, because it says you start sharing video, and it says you and Fetty can now see each other. And so Melly must have called him to explain what happened.
That was a great breakdown. I ain't gonna cap. That was basically the summary from day 2 to 5. Like, that's what the prosecutor was presenting. And the defense tried to combat it as, well, those texts could have meant anything. And, it was just messy. So how do you feel about the confessions they said Melly had? Because that was also in day 2 to 5. Do you feel like we could hold weight of him saying, I did that shit? Because they basically saying him saying that means he killed them people. How you feel about the confession part of it?
Well, like she said in her opening statement, she said that context matters. So I was kind of waiting to get to the meat and the potatoes of the context of that. We haven't really seen that message yet. So I really don't know.
Okay. And then we got the motive. See, this is why people piss me off. They think you have to have a motive. Man, you don't have to have a motive. You know what I mean? Like, all the prosecution has to do is go for, and once again, let's just clarify. I don't really care if the dude get found not guilty or not. I'm pretty sure Nick finna say,
Right.
we're not up here leading the troops on Melly's guilt. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is we're trying to give y'all a proper perspective from male, female, because we both see the same thing. I don't know how y'all don't see it, of what's really going on and what they're really showing. So now we got the part where they're talking about the motive. Do you think motive matter? Basically, they trying to bring up the gang, because a lot of people don't understand. If they can't prove the gang aspect of it, the death penalty is gone. That's the only trigger that triggered the death penalty, was they said it was a gang, murder. Do you think they've proved enough to show that? Because that basically can't.
No, I think that they proved enough to prove that he shot his friends, but they need the gang aspect of it for the aggravating factor for the death penalty, and I don't think that they met the burden for that.
Oh, you don't think at all? Like, you just don't think that
Not
the
for
gang...
the death penalty, no.
Oh, okay. Hey, hold on. We got
no
3,000
because
people.
him being in a gang.
Go ahead.
Oh, y'all make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to share this video as well. The way us content creators get paid is if you guys show that you guys are active and paying attention. Hit the like button. Also, another way that y'all don't know that helps us out is sharing the video. If you don't got nobody to share it to, you can share it to yourself. You can share it in an email. You can share it to your mom. Your mama don't know what's going on. Still share it to her anyway. And that's how you can support us going forward. But what was you about to say? My bad.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say what you said, but you could go ahead and explain the whole what I brought up, the motive. I think did I bring up? Yeah, the motive. Basically, at day 6 they brought up the mom. Oh, before we get to that, let's bring up the mom, because they did bring that up in day 6. No, I'm not. Once again, I'm not bashing women. I'm not doing that. It seems to me that her and Melly have more of a friendship relationship more than parenting. And I just want to highlight this. Y'all, I don't think we could really be our kids' friends. I think we could be a friend to an extent, but we still have to make sure, because from what I see, especially in day 6, when they brought up him saying, "Ma, get me a gun," and all this stuff, and she like, "Oh, okay," and all that. Like, one thing we can't do, y'all, we can't be a friend. Do you feel like her, because they're basically saying he had an argument with Sack Chaser, it was a beef. Now, it was a video that came out of her, getting into it with Sack Chaser and calling him out his name and saying what he did. Do you feel like, and this is all allegedly, that the mom could have possibly amped up anything between 2 friends or 3 friends or anything like that? Or do you think she was just...
She definitely amped up a lot. She was too involved in his love life. She was too involved in what he had going on. In the messages that they showed in court, it showed even him telling her, like, you keep trying to come between me and Riri. You trying to turn Riri against me. And Riri, they already said, is the nickname. I hear like a crackling sound.
Is it my mic crackling? Hold on, let me make sure. Because I've been hearing that too. Hold on. Audio. Yo. Is it your mic?
I don't think it's my mic.
Hold on. Let me mute.
Okay. Do y'all hear any background noise? You hear background noise from me?
I hear crackle. I just muted myself, so you might got to just turn your mic. I don't know where the hell that comes from, though. It might.
I need to turn it down some.
It's your mic.
They said no. They said it's your mic. It's not mine.
What the hell wrong with my mic? Hold on. Let me see if I turn it down. Oh, do I gotta... Hold on. All right, say something.
They said the button off in the back.
I don't hear it no more, so we good. Hey, is the crackling gone?
Huh?
Okay, I think we good. I think we good now. Hold on, he said, yes, it's gone. It's the mic. Yes, you good. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, it's gone. I had to turn my volume down. My bad. Yeah, but go ahead. What you were saying about Melly's relationship with his mom and stuff like that?
Okay, so it came out today that basically she had him when she was 14 years old. So they are a lot closer in age than a lot of parents normally are. She seems really immature, and she seems like she was definitely trying to be his friend, trying to be the girlfriend, his girlfriend's friend, trying to get into and get involved with his friends. And what it seemed like was there was a tug of war and involvement in the music business. Now, in some of the research that I did, it appeared that she wanted to have some dealings with him as a musical artist. And then there was also Sack Chaser, who was the one who kept trying to reinforce that he was the CEO. So the messages that we seen between Melly and Sack Chaser when they were getting into it was Sack Chaser. I hear the crackling sound again. Sack
Yeah, can you
Chaser
still hear that crackling?
basically, yeah, I
They
hear it
just keep
again.
saying they hear the crackling. I turned my mic all the way down. I turned the volume all the way down.
All right, well, just mute your mic while I just explain that part, I guess.
All right.
All right. So basically, the mom, she was just too involved, and Sack Chaser, he was trying to also try to have dominance over the situation. He didn't want to look like he was under Melly. He wanted YNW. A lot of the messages that they showed, he was getting angry because the public was looking at him like he was the little homie, and he wanted to basically be known that he is the CEO, and he wants Melly to be able to have his artists, but he wants to be the top dog overall. So he wanted to be like the Birdman of the situation. Like Birdman had Lil Wayne, and then Lil Wayne had his artists. That's kind of what Sack Chaser wanted his road to be in YNW. He wanted his road to be CEO, but he wanted Melly to be able to have artists, and he wanted to have the ranks go like that. However, he kept feeling like he was disrespected because he felt like Melly kept not letting it be known his position in everything. So if you make it full screen, I could pull up all the messages. Okay, so in the course of the trial, they showed him basically getting into it with Melly, and these is the things that was being said. Let me pull it on the screen. All right, so it says, I love you, stay oh, wait, no, not this one. Oops. I'm sorry, y'all, my bad. Okay, so right here is one of the messages, and the green is Melly. So it says, what's wrong? Wait. No, this is Melly talking to his mom. Hold on one second, y'all. Not the mom yet. Let me go down a little further. Okay, here we go. My bad. Okay, so this is Sack Chaser basically getting at Melly. So it says, y'all sabotaging my character. Y'all got people thinking y'all made me an ish while y'all get treated like Future. I peep when I said I'm gonna put my music out. Y'all said something I forgot about, but every time I do something creative trying to make it spark, y'all start doing it as a group and make it look like our ish, and you the one popping. Go do it then. They think it's yours and feel like y'all don't F with us like that. Your vibe be way different when Riri ain't here, but we your artists. I put my powers, a lot of hard work to get everybody the way they is. I let you get my artists, but all of my artists, too. I'm your bro that lets you get them because you from Florida. You ain't doing it right. And they give you the credit over money. Money ain't nothing without my drip. So get right or some gon' flop. Okay, so that's what he said first. And then he also told him the following. And I told you this is just like Young Ma and Quill. It's YNW, CEO, me, you, and Juvie. The artists are Bort, Peso, Tay, Kobe, AG, and the rest, and Ish. Y'all don't like to talk about YNW goals and work on Ish. You like to act like your mom and be on that type of fantasy life when Riri and all them gone. You don't talk to us about this YNW ish. You don't give everybody 5 bands each. None of that. Or talk about the future. You walk around here like you husband and wife and then get kind of important people talking about my artist one more chance and you going under me too like it's supposed to be. They don't have no punctuation, y'all, so I'm sorry. He said you going under me like it's supposed to be. You just blowed. You can say, Joel, first time you rapped, I changed your flow. You rap like Wiz Khalifa. You can say you watch Young Thug. If you did that, you a jacker. What they call it, it isn't no jacker. I got relative tendencies as them. Get right. Do everything at one time. Not just make us look like kids. Make sure everybody got that beat in here. Y'all acting like y'all bosses. Then one of y'all try your girl, you gonna cry. But then call us your artists. Got me looking dumb out here and we worried about a bag. So this part to me kind of stood out because he's telling Melly, y'all over here acting like y'all bosses. You over here flaunting around your relationship with your girl. You over here not putting the important pieces together by letting people know that I'm the CEO. But if one of us try your girl, you're gonna cry. So what I found funny is once we get more information from the deposition from Melly's mom, it was revealed that Sack Chase is Billy's girl. So here he is threatening him, mad that he's not repping him as CEO, and he's letting him know, okay, y'all keep on doing it, but if somebody try your girl, you're gonna cry. Okay, so I have screenshots from the deposition, and I'm gonna go back to the messages and finish reading them. But I'm a show y'all the deposition where the mom who got on the stand when she was like, I don't remember, I don't recall, I don't remember, I don't recall. She told the people that Sack Chaser was sending peen pictures to Mariah, his girlfriend. So let me show y'all that. Okay, so right here is the deposition of Mariah's mom, the one who got on the stand, and she kept saying, I don't remember, I don't recall, I don't remember, I don't recall. It says, were you aware that Sack sent your daughter some rather provocative pictures? She answered, yes, I am. You saw those pictures? Question mark. I didn't see them, but she called me and they came over. She was in Tallahassee during that time and she told me about them. They were pictures of his peen. Did you ask her why the heck would he, I'm sorry, not why the HE double hockey sticks, excuse me. Why in the heck? I didn't have to ask her why. We kind of already knew that he was kind of weird like that. When you say weird, what does that mean? So that was them basically showing that not only is he threatening that he's going to, like, y'all not getting a game right, and if somebody try your girl, it's going to be a problem. Then he also showed him trying his girl. Now, in other messages, let me show the rest of the messages. I don't know if you want to chime in, act while I pull up the rest of them. Did you say anything? Oh, you said keep going. Okay. All right. So let me finish showing the messages right here. Okay. So which message was that one? All right. So then Melly starts responding to him, and this is what. Wait, why is? Oh, the green screen. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Hold on. All right, so these are the messages from. Can y'all see those? Can y'all see that?
I don't know what that is, but I know that ain't what you want to show. It's like a square box or something.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me turn off the green screen in here. Hold on.
Yeah, they can't see it. They just see like light bulbs.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Oh,
there we
there.
go. All right, so here is Melly's response right here. He's in the green. So it says, don't listen to none of that ish. She gonna pull up and say she done with all the ish. F it. She blocked out of our life. So this is them now talking about the issues that he had with the mom. So he started to have issues with the mom, and this is them going through that exchange. So next, he says, bro, I'ma expose her though. I'ma chill today. First interview is over. She gonna fry. I'm tired of y'all getting y'all credit on ish. Wait, hold up. He said, ain't gonna lie, I'm tired of y'all getting y'all credit on ish. F that. I don't care. I love you, but I feel like y'all with the ish, no cap. Okay, so this is him about Melly's mom and her basically trying to confront him online and things like that. Melly says, all that ish gonna stop, bro. We finna blow up. That one, keep your head straight. Keep your head straight when I'm tripping. And hell nah, I'm riding with you. You know this ish don't need to go that far. It's pointless. Just block all that ish out. So this is Melly telling him when he's confronting him about his mom tripping. This is Melly saying like, I'm going to choose you over my mama tripping and things like that. So then it goes, Melly says the following. He says, hey, bro, I love you to death. You my brother for life, but I'm going to let you have all this ish. Fuck my mama. F that house. F that Draco. F that 380. F that Netflix TV ish. All that ish, y'all can have it. I'm going to pay you back for everything you did for me. Every idea, all of that. We always going to be brothers, but I'll never hurt you, bruh. You don't trust me. I don't want to be in the house with nobody who think I'm a snake. All the time, you can have all that ish. I just need to cool it by myself. I don't give a F what you do to my mama. I don't give a F no more. I never say I kill you or harm you. If you need anything, just hit my line. I'm at the hotel around the corner. We both need our space. I don't know if we've been around each other for too long or what, but before I let us break apart over some dumb ish, I slide, fool. Y'all don't need me. I love y'all. And tell Chloe I said I love her. And Tay, I'm finna focus on myself till it's a time for tour, and everything I do is out of love. And I don't know how else to prove I love your ass more than anybody on this earth. Bruh, you got that ish. I'll never beef with my day one. That ain't die. I'ma die, nigga. We the same person for real. Let you cool off. I'm done, my nigga. Bye, my lover. Whatever the hell. Some bro shit. It's weird. So Sack Chaser replies and says, I'm good. It's just some be telling me y'all up to some. You don't owe me nothing. We in the same person. But how you let this ish keep going this far? What if the other way around, my mom wouldn't be doing this ish like this? I'm booling. Ain't say I was beefing with y'all. But before I let some something happen to me or play with my family, everybody will die. Shit like that, duck with my blood. So I guess he meant fuck with my blood. Melly replied and said, I don't consider her my mama. F that bitch. He said, I don't consider her my mama no more. Fuck that bitch. I know I feel that shit weird, bro. Okay. And then he said, then Sack Chaser replied and said, then she keep telling people shit about me, and I'm not even worried about her, bruh. I'm trying to do me. Why MF is always worried about me, and what the F you talking about? How you gonna leave and we can't even get in the gate? Would you be on some brazy-ish? Okay. And then Melly replies and says, like, I don't even be knowing what the F to say no more. She do this shit out the blue. She the devil for ish. Brazy. I don't got ish to do with it no more. If y'all kill her, fuck it. She ain't my mama. She sold her soul. Sure. And they have more going back and forth. You could double screen it. Act. Okay. And so do you have the video queued up of the mom, or you want me to show it?
You can show it, but hold on real quick before we go. I ain't see all that now. Hold on. That conversation is crazy. So let me get my input up. What you mean you could kill my mama? What the hell wrong with Melly? What got in the hell telling them if y'all kill? So obviously, hey, hold on, time out. Hold on, me. If she call me at, she can call me at. Y'all can't call me. She can call me wherever she want. I ain't tripping. Y'all can't call me at. So shut up. All y'all in the comments, just shut up. All right, so, hey, I did not know that he told them if y'all kill her, it's okay. What? So it seemed like to me the mob was becoming a big problem. She came in between them boys and they start bickering. I'm not gonna lie, it seemed like Sack Chaser had some type of jealousy. See, this is the thing. Us as YouTubers, I'm gonna exclude us. It's a lot of jealous YouTubers. They don't want to see nobody win. They don't want to see nobody eat. I feel like they came in the game. They were supposed to be in a group. Melly was the one that took off. 100K track came out of the blue and got in his ear, you know, you're a star. And then the mom, you're a star. And he kind of was forgetting about his boys, but Sack Chaser was kind of jealous. If you listen to him, like, why is you saying these certain things? Those are things that jealous people would say. But that mom was coming in between them. And that is the problem. Like, there's no way a son should be arguing with his friends about you. And it seemed like to me, Sack Chase was just trying to tell Melly, like, look, bro, I'm tired of her. Like, I don't get, what was the mom actually doing? Like, go ahead, you can play the video. What video you was about to play?
The video of the mom where she was talking mess to Sack Chaser, saying,
To Sack Chaser?
If he got guns, I got guns too.
Yeah, play that video.
Okay. Hold on, let me go to it, y'all. All right, this video comes from Buck TV. They have reposted it. So let me play it real quick. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why it's not going. Give me 1 second, you guys.
No audio, Neat.
Could y'all hear it? Could y'all hear that or no? Could y'all hear that? Ack, I'm gonna send it to you. I mean, AK.
You good? You good?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
send you the.
there was no audio on that.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send it to your IG. Hold on. Okay, I just sent it to you.
All right, hold on. One second. Hey, y'all, we got 3,500 people. Can y'all please hit the like button? Everybody in here, hit that like button.
They told me to keep calling you that. I'm sorry. I when I read it, I thought it was Ack. It's AK. I'm gonna say AK.
It is what it is. They can be quiet for a second. You good? You cover with your mind. Hold on, let me share my screen real quick.
It starts at the 5-second mark. Yeah.
I had to find it like this. Hold on. Let me mute our mics real quick.
That's just from Sack Chaser threatening all her friends and all these people. Like, he's about this life. But I'm saying, like, who the fuck you ever robbed? Who the fuck you ever shot at? What the fuck you ever did? Nigga, you couldn't even take a fucking weed charge. If you don't sit your pussy ass down and don't ever come for me, because my credentials is real. It ain't even a joke. So don't ever try to come for me, because I don't even play them type of games. Like, what the fuck you got that I ain't got? Oh, you threaten me with your little gun? Bitch, I got big guns. At the end of the day, Melly is my child. And he is gonna be great because he's talented. He's talented because his mom, not because of your little fuck ass, retarded ass. Because you was a
So you on mute.
Somebody in the comments said this the same woman who won a bodyguard. Exactly.
And that's what I'm about to get into, right? So for her to speak to that man like that, you was obviously just trying to come in between them. And that's the crazy part. So I guess Juvie's sister, even though Portland and Juvie share a sister, which is weird. That's weird that they both share a blood sister, but Juvie's sister threatened her, right? On social media. She literally went to the police, went to the judge, went to everybody. I'm scared for my life. But you weren't scared of this big man? Like, come on, man. This man is humongous. He's 6'3", 200 pounds solid, hands like this. His hands double the size of mine. And you talking to him that crazy. See, I'm starting to feel like she was forcing her own son's hand. Because it was another video that she said in the messages, people going around town talking about my son don't even care about me. He don't even defend me. What the hell was he supposed to do to defend? This little boy, 30 pounds soaking wet, 4'5", how was he supposed to defend you to this big behemoth of man? Like, I don't understand. So the mom was intruding and overplaying her position. She didn't respect the love and the goals that they had as one. And I feel like Melly was kind of he was stuck in between. Melly was stuck in between, do I ride for my mama or do I ride for my homies? And at first, we can see, we got $100 super chat. AK, you sipping right now. You don't let nobody call you. Just Hey man, listen, man. I ain't sipping this. All right, man. We putting on a hell of a show right now. Listen, I feel like at first, Melly Lightweight was choosing his friends when he told them y'all could go ahead and kill her. I'm not tripping. That's crazy to say as a son. But over time, I think he was like, you know what? She my mama forever. Y'all ain't forever.
And I feel like he was probably choosing his friend's side until if if Mariah told the mama that he sent a peen pic, I'm sure she didn't told Melly about him sending that peen pic. So I think at that point, I'm riding for my boys, but y'all not being loyal to me. I'm being loyal to y'all. I'm telling y'all could kill my own mama. And you going behind my back and you sending my female peen pictures. I feel like at that point, that's when the tables probably turned to where it's like on top of that, he was trying to show his dominance as CEO. According to Juvie's dad, he was trying to show his dominance as CEO by trying to sell the YNW brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's crazy because when you really look at it, I think Melly kind of wanted that career for himself as well, though. I think Melly wanted to be the man, and he kind of wanted them to play their part. So when you got somebody that's nagging at you like, bro, what about us? What about us? What about us? A lot of people don't understand. Everybody ain't meant to be number one. You know what I mean? Like, some people are meant to play the background role. It's hard. You know, we got egos and stuff like that, but everybody not meant to be number one. So I'm starting to feel like, for real, everybody was just against this boy. Like, regardless if he did it or not, that is a lot of pressure to have your manager. We didn't even get on him yet because his name and everything. And I don't see how the hell this dude don't have no charge, nothing. And you in the middle of everything. You got your manager in your ear. You got your friends in your ear. You got your mom in your ear. You got haters in you got so many people in your ear. You got your girlfriend in your ear, like you said. He's sending deep pictures in. They said he knocked Melly out like right before they died. They said he knocked Melly out in front of her and knocked his teeth out, his gold, his diamond teeth. So,
and then Trayvon Glass also they kept objecting when he was about to say he threw water on Melly. He basically, it sound like, and he didn't say Melly was asleep, but the way that them objections start flying in when they start talking about the water, it sound like Sack Chaser shook up Melly, shook up him, and shook them up and start throwing water on them to try to wake them up. So mind you, they already got this tension. They already had this previous fight. They're asleep in the studio. Sack Chaser's mad. I'm getting woke up out my sleep. You throwing water and shit. We already got tension going on.
That's motive. A lot of people say there's no motive. What the hell they think all this is? That's motive. They had. Please, y'all, can y'all stop being idiots for a second? Now, the people that get it, y'all get it. There is enough showing that there was enough friction between Sack Chaser. Now, the only thing would be Juvie. But like I tell people, a lot of people don't understand. When you went on Sack Chaser Instagram, him and Juvie was like this. Bortland really was the background guy, you know what I mean? Like, he rolled with Melly, but he really wasn't nuts. So if I take out Sack Chaser, Juvie not gonna agree with this, and he might tell on me or anything. So I believe Juvie's death can fit in the Sack Chaser motive, and they clearly had beef, and I believe it was over the mom. I believe the mom became unbearable to Sack Chaser, and the mom became unbearable to YNW Melly, and the mom gave Track the phone. I believe Track was in the mom's ear, and I believe the mom was so much that it caused this boy to just crash over. Like, I'm one of them people, I don't give a damn if they call me the police. I know I ain't the police. I believe this little crazy motherfucker did this shit. But I do believe it was a reason within his head. I don't think he did it for no reason. You know what I mean? But look at all this stuff we bring in, and people don't understand, like, bruh, this nigga, it's hard for him to fight out of this. It's very hard for him to fight out of this, man. So you feel like the mom played a big part in all this, though?
Absolutely. She played a enormous part. And I feel like that's why, even knowing that her son was, and he even had a jail phone call with 100K track saying, my mom's a liar, fuck her, she don't know what she's talking about, and all that, while he's been in jail. So I think that she's there sitting in court because she feel guilty. She knows that she is the catalyst between a lot of this.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so let's get to 100K track now, the manager. Do you find it odd that ever since Juvie and Sack Chaser passed away, where's the rest in peace post? Where's the I love my brother? Where's the no music promotion from them? They deleted all their pictures from everybody's Instagrams and YouTube channel. There's no love being shown to these guys. So I'm looking at this 100K track dude. And Francois, I know you watching. Hey, Officer Francois, listen. You picked up Melly from Fredo Bang's house. Somehow he got the phone from the mom. They said he lied about his initial statement and he lied and tried to cover up for Melly. So you mean to tell me this dude had a murder scene item, a crime scene item. He lied to the police. He got put in deportation. And right after he got out the deportation, he got the phone from the mom and somehow the police got it. Do you think that the manager could have been in Melly's ear and also turned Melly against his friends?
Yeah, because if you think about it, Melly, from what the text messages show, he was trying to have them as his artists. So if Track could get in his ear and I can be the manager, because Sack Chase is trying to dominate his position as CEO. So he's trying to take that CEO/manager role. But if Track could get in his ear and now they can be my artist, because he's eating off of them right now. They got a YouTube video that gets loaded under that YNW channel every damn month, every other week. I looked it up. When I was doing research. He's the one benefiting from it right now. So I believe absolutely he probably got in his ear. And I think also that's another reason why, because when I was listening to the jail call that Track and Melly had and how he was down in his mom and he was even down in what's the other guy's name? Hold on. That he originally started YNW with.
Trill, not Trill.
No, he started, but he fell out with him.
Jay Green.
Jay Green. Yeah. So he was getting into it with Jay Green on live, and Jay Green was like, "Oh, you're not there for them or whatever." And so Track called Melly from jail, and he was talking, and he was even dissing Jay Green, like Jay Green don't know what he's talking about. My mama don't know what they talking about, because at the end of the day, Track holds the money. That's the money. Every text message that they had, it was, I gotta call Track so he could send me a Cash App. Oh, tell Track to send me the money for the rental. Tell Track to Cash App me for this. Tell Track. It's screenshots and screenshots. I didn't stamp them in my thing, but they are here if I look through them. But there's screenshots and screenshots of Track is the source of the money. So it's like, yeah, he definitely got in his ear, because if I can get your money and I could get their money, like, and we could get him out the picture. Yeah.
It sounded like it was a bunch of, let's get these dudes up out the way because they becoming a problem. They becoming a problem on Track pockets, because not only do I got to pay Melly, you come with 3-4 dudes who they want money too, and I still got to make sure you got jewelry and clothes and all that. But I want to ask them, why didn't they have their own money? What was so hard?
They needed $10 for haircuts. It was all kind of like, I don't understand why they didn't have their own money. And Track, they had to go through Track for everything if they're making money.
For everything. And these people don't understand why I'm looking at this dude crazy. Like, damn, did Melly even have his own money? Like, let's keep it 100 here. He's asking you for everything, bro. Where did these Platt songs go? Who was getting paid for Murder on My Mind, Mind on My Murder? I think she got mispersonalities. That song and all these other songs. It seemed like all the money was going to Track, and Melly wasn't getting a check. It's like you spoon feeding these dudes, and then Melly got to spoon feed these dudes, and all of a sudden it become all right. A year done passed, brother. YNW is ours. Where's our check at? Where our money at? Not even us for becoming a rapper. For us,
and then
like,
we gotta
where
look
the
like
hell?
little boys, like you little boy and us, and we trying to be the big boys, and you little boy and us, and y'all looking like y'all creating this. Like he like y'all got it. Y'all keep on looking like y'all the ones who doing it.
Yeah, so it's just like track. I feel like Melly was getting little boyed as well though, because when you got a manager doing that, you're not getting $1 and he's dictating everything, and then you got your mom coming at you like, not like a mom should come. Like a mom should be able to, son, let's talk this out through. He cussing his mother out, calling her bees and crazy devil lady, and damn, what the hell y'all done been through for you to call your own mama the devil though? I
Yeah.
just feel like this boy, they was taking him through a lot. So let's fast forward. So really, we just summed up like the first 10 days. That's what that was. Trayvon Glass. A lot of people say he is a snitch. A lot of people say he wasn't. A lot of people said what he said wasn't useful. I think what he said was kind of useful because, for one, he said Melly changed his clothes. The red flag here. Look, y'all might not say, "Oh, changing your clothes don't mean you shot nobody." Yeah, but they're trying to paint a story. See, they're trying to paint an image of what happened that night and why did him and Borton change their clothes. And for two, from him saying that he went in that car, forget the video part. That's the scientific evidence. Now we got an eyewitness evidence that also placed him there. So Melly's going to have to, what his defense is going to have to do is take him up out that seat. How the hell can they do that?
They can't.
Y'all don't understand, right? This is how they got this nigga Melly in the box, y'all. They have the cell phone documented in GPS at the studio. They have Melly at the studio. They have video footage of Melly leaving the studio. The phone GPS leaves the studio once Melly leaves the studio. So they're putting two and two together. This phone is on Melly. They leave the studio. The phone does not break route at all. It don't go to Chick-fil-A. It don't go I-90. It keeps going all the way to the murder scene. Now, a lot of people want to say, but me, AK, Melly could have left before that. But here's the problem. He used the phone. They're not thinking about that.
And so I have the screenshot of where he basically pinged his location right next to the hospital with the phone.
Hold on. Let me get you to bring that up. Damn, why the hell? All right, bring it up.
Okay, so what you're seeing right here is a map of where they went, and the Memorial Hospital of Miramar has the H. This is where Bortland basically showed up and dropped them off. Now, what you see right here in this red with the ping, this right here is showing where Melly pinged and he dropped his location for Fredo to pick him up. So this circled right here in the red, this is literally looking like not even like a full block away, like a street away from the hospital where Melly gets dropped off. They pinged the location to Fredo Bangs for him to get picked up right next to the hospital, not far away from anything, showing that all the way up into the murders, he was in that car, got dropped off right here. The circled part is Melly's with the phone next to the hospital, and that is the evidence that they have showed. That's all.
This gonna get them right here. So y'all don't understand how the prosecution can trick you up by asking. Ooh, shit! Wait a minute. Hold on. There we go. Y'all don't understand how the prosecution can trick you up by just asking you one question. You know the question she asked that lightweight messed up Melly when she asked to this glass dude? She said, when you left the studio, where did you go? He said, we went straight to the crib. How the hell did Melly get from, if he left that car, how the hell did Melly get from the studio to there? How did he get there? That's what people not asking. Glass didn't understand she was asking him a trick question. He was worried about himself then. He didn't understand what you're supposed to say is, I don't know, no comment, I plead the fifth. But you fucked up Melly's only out, which Melly's out was he could have said he hopped in their car. Right. Because they was all going on the same route. But since he said they went straight from the studio, and then she said another question. When was the next time you seen Melly? He said Fredo Bang house. That fucked up Melly whole thing right there. Like, so now you had to have got to that location from the damn car all y'all was in. So you was in that vehicle. The prosecutors will trick you and ask you a simple question you think is so minor. And that question she asked was so big, I don't think Glass or Melly realized it, man. That is crazy.
If you want to show a piece of his testimony, I just sent it to you. It's at the 14-minute mark on this video that I just sent.
Hold on. Trayvon Glass?
Yeah.
Hold on real quick. Hey, y'all, 4,000 people in here almost. Get the likes up, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all make
While
sure
he
y'all
checking
go
that
there.
out, y'all definitely got to support. A lot of this has been a lot of days sitting, analyzing, watching, breaking everything down. So if y'all appreciate the breakdown, y'all could support me. Y'all could support him. If y'all ain't got no money, you could support each of us by hitting the like button on our channels. You could also support us by sharing the video. Sharing the video helps us out tremendously. Now, this is streaming on both of our channels. So if you are a supporter of ours, another way is sending in super chats. That lets YouTube know that y'all are rocking with the content. Now, you don't have to send in crazy amounts. You could send in 99 cents. A whole bunch of y'all could send 99 cents, and that lets the YouTube algorithm know that we're doing a good job. Y'all entertained, y'all engaged, and on a slight chance that they don't monetize the video, we still get compensated for the work that we put in, because YouTube be playing with monetization as well. So just let me know when you done, because I can keep
talking. My damn Instagram crashed, so I don't think we can bring that up. You can't bring it up on your screen?
I don't know why it don't let me. Oh, hold on, wait. Maybe if I do it through StreamYard. Hold on, wait. Let me try to see if I could share it this way.
Yeah, that's how I'm sharing everything through StreamYard. Like when I go to the.
Okay, maybe if I do it through StreamYard.
Hey, also, if y'all got questions, since there's a lot of people, y'all can leave a super chat question and we'll answer. Shout out to Dallas Troy for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Y'all make sure y'all go over there to Nick channel too. Everybody that's over here, go over there and show us some love, support, subscribe, all that shit. Shout out to Joel for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it.
I shared my screen. I don't know how you do it.
Hold on. Damn, you shared it. Where is that? Hold on.
I don't know. It's at the bottom for me. It's showing at the bottom.
Hold on. Let me see if I
don't know how to bring it up. I don't know how to do it. You got to do it on your side. Oh, there we go.
Studio that night actually appeared for a deposition, fearing he would be arrested if he didn't. Trayvon Glass was at the recording studio and got into a red car at the same time Melly, Bortland, Juvie, and Sack left in a gray SUV.
And was everybody in that red car headed to Melly's house?
To the best of my knowledge.
Okay. And what about the Jeep? Where was your understanding that Jeep was headed? The gray Jeep?
Same spot.
Okay. So both cars left the studio with the intention of heading to what you identify as Melly's house.
Correct.
But the state says that didn't happen. At one point along the ride, the Jeep went in another direction. The red car arrived at the gate at Melly's complex, but the gray Jeep didn't travel with them. Travion Glass said he went to sleep and was awakened to the news that Juvie and Sack were dead. He went to the hospital and then to Fredo Bangs' house. Bangs picked up Melly after the homicides.
And who was at Fredo's house when you first got there?
Everybody that was in the house.
Okay, and it's because I don't know who everybody was or is, can you please specify?
Kobe, Melly. I'm on people I can remember.
Okay, was that the first time you saw Melly after you guys left the studio?
Yeah.
Was Melly wearing the same clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio?
Okay, so I want to pause it real quick. They first asked him, and in this clip, it doesn't show it, but since I watched it, I'll break it down. They first asked him after he left the studio, where did he go? And he said that he went to Melly's YNW house. Now, what they're talking about right here is once he got woken up from phone calls and once people started to basically question like what happened, he went trying to search for answers. They ended up at Fredo Bangs' house because Fredo Bangs had picked up Melly. So that's what he's talking about. The people, when he arrived to Fredo Bangs' house, who was there and things like that, just to clarify that part.
It was a new bit. Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, he wasn't. You guys saw Melly after you guys left the studio.
Then to Fredo Bangs' house. Bangs picked up Melly after the homicides.
And who was at Fredo's house when you first got there?
Everybody that was in the house.
Okay, and it's because I don't know who everybody was or is, can you please specify?
Kobe, Melly. I'm on people I can remember.
Okay, was that the first time you saw Melly after you guys left the studio?
Yeah.
Was Melly wearing the same clothes or different clothes than when you saw him at the studio?
It was a new bit. Nah, he wasn't.
Nah, he wasn't. You guys
Wasn't wearing the same clothes.
Okay, do you recall what he was wearing?
Just had on some shorts.
Now, this is a big moment for the state. Travion Glass is basically saying that Melly was wearing different clothes than the clothes he had on at the recording studio. So sometime that night, he changed.
You've never seen Melly with a gun.
Objection, Your Honor.
Stay.
Move to strike.
Here's this your last question.
Have you ever seen Melly with a gun?
Objection, Your Honor.
I sustain the objection.
Have you ever seen him track with a gun?
Possibly. Yes. Maybe. Maybe so.
All right, we could pause it right there, AK.
Oh shit, wait a minute. What the hell type of answer was that? Talking about yes, maybe. Yeah, dude don't understand. The prosecutor asked him those questions. He didn't think he was incriminating anybody, but he don't know. You asked them questions, brother. You made it worse for Melly because the defense needs Melly to just have outs. And you closed off like 3 of them right there. You said the next time you see them was at Fredo Bang's house, so Melly couldn't have caught a ride with y'all. Then when you did see him, you changed clothes. Damn, you got clothes at Fredo Bang's house? That's another question people gonna bring. How the hell you changed clothes? What the hell? Did you have clothes in your satchel? Did you prepare to switch your clothes after the murder? Because that's not your home where you keep clothes at. And then 3, he just was there to save himself. He didn't help Melly. He didn't help. I just feel like that dude should have said nothing, man. Because you placed Melly in that car. And once again, y'all, if Melly got his phone on him and the phone never broke route, how the hell did Melly get all the way to where he was, which is close to the murder scene? The studio, how far was the studio from the murder scene?
I have no idea. I never got those specs.
I think it's a couple miles. Like, I think you got to drive to where they was at. How the hell did you get from here to there? You had to be in that car. So with their paint, that circumstantial evidence, how the hell is Melly going to explain this, man?
And then the next day, after his friends are murdered, he's seen at a video shoot. So I don't remember if there was, I don't think there was music playing. Hold on. So he's seen at a video shoot afterwards.
I think it was music playing. I think it was his own music, I think. But you got the video, you could play it though.
Okay. Yeah, let me share the screen. Hold on. If it's music, then I'll just skip through it.
Shit, you could play it. They don't even be tripping on that no more.
All right, and thank you, Kim Vaughn, for the Cash App. I appreciate it. This is him right after the shooting, the very next day.
It's a video shoot. What happened? Melly in the motherfucking building, bro. In the motherfucking place. Yeah, motherfucking living. Murder video shoot. Melly is here. I been wrecking his motherfucking dog. Somebody's dog dead and gone. It's gossip. Melly out here for his dog. I just came walked out, home. Dog gone, rest in peace.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay, so this is Melly going up to Portland. This is not days after. This is hours, literally the next day, hours after two of their friends die. Okay, and this is him approaching Portland, and they shaking it up like we just got away with this, like they're not grieving at all.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened early morning. He still, I still see it very popular. Turn still. Hey, but dog still turn. Regardless of what happened, you already know. About Booby Baby.
And then Track is also here at this video shoot.
What's happening? What's happening? You already know it's a video shoot. Now you're at the party.
All right, so the guy, I think Track is the one with this white on, I think. Oh, no, he right here. This is his wobbly self right here. He right here. So if we wonder what happened with the weapon, that's what they was trying to allude to with Glass too. They was trying to get him when they asked him, do you see Track with a weapon? And Glass, low-key, was snitching when he was saying, yeah, possibly. This is them the next day. The prosecutor was trying to infer that Melly passed the gun to Track. That's why they asked Glass, did you see Track with a gun? And he said, yeah, maybe so. Yeah, possibly.
Jacket.
All right, and then they just identify who each person is.
I'm not gonna lie. I have never in the human history of black people Now, I'm just speaking for black people 1 second. Now, we are known to have fun and dance at funerals and repasts. Am I right? Like, we are known to celebrate. But there'll be like a week, almost 2 weeks later, not the next day. I've never had a friend die to where I'm happy like 5 hours later. Y'all gotta understand, this is immediately after. This look bad, man. This looks bad. Y'all up here capping for this dude who ain't did nothing for y'all. We just trying to keep it 100. This ain't a good look, man. Now, is it going to show anything? No. But for just watching purposes, when the hell have we ever seen black people celebrate somebody's death 5 hours later? Ever.
That's supposed to be your best friend that y'all been friends since kids. And you supposedly just got targeted in a drive-by.
Oh, and then the video. The documentary.
I got a screenshot of that too.
Show the documentary, please.
I don't have the documentary, but I have the screenshot
show
of
the screenshot. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to it.
You sharing it or?
No, I'm a drag and drop it. Hold on 1 second. Let me find it first. Oh, here we go. So at the end credits of the documentary, he posts that he was in a drive-by. So they showed his documentary, and then they showed this as the closing credits, and it says, 4 days after the completion of this film, YNW Melly and his friends were the targets of a drive-by shooting in Miami, Florida. YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser were killed. So this is Melly and them put out this that puts him in the vehicle. It says, 4 days after the completion of this film, YNW Melly and his friends were the targets of a drive-by shooting. This is a documentary that YNW Melly put out, putting him in the car. You could come back.
I don't think they thought that through, because we don't have the screenshot of him posting on his own Instagram.
Oh, I got that screenshot too.
You got that? Yeah.
The one where he said my friends were target of violence.
Yeah, and like.
Oh yeah, I did my research. I got all of that.
Y'all didn't think nothing through.
You want me to put that one up to his Instagram?
Yeah, you pull it up real quick.
All right.
You gonna drag it or share it?
No, drag it. So this the one you talking about, AK? Hold on, wait, no, not this one. This one. This one you talking about? AK, is this the one? Does he hear me? Okay, anyway, so I'll read it. So this is what Melly posted. I'm not sure which one, but I got two different screenshots. So this one says, they took my brothers from me over jealousy. I know y'all watching over me. It's YNW for life. At YNW Sack Chaser, at YNW Juvie for life, and after. They want to see me break down and stop or in jail or a box, but my ends still need me. They parents need me. They family till we meet again. Twins, my slime. And then when he was about to turn himself in, he said, to all my fans and supporters, no, I did not get locked up in Washington, but I am turning myself in today. I want you guys to know I love you and appreciate every single one of y'all. A couple months ago, I lost my two brothers, by violence, and now the system wants to find justice. Unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said, but no worries. God is with me and my brother, YNW Bortland, and we want y'all to remember it's YNW family. I love you, Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie. Is this the ones you were talking about? AK?
Yeah, those was the ones right there. Cause I wanna reiterate something real quick. Nobody spreading lies about you, bro. The circumstances and the evidence that the police found said, no, hell no. Y'all did this. So for you to post that, then for you to have the documentary, which is on your phone, that's what make it worse. The documentary is on his phone. You are admitting
that you were in the car.
You were in the car. Bortland. Wait, did Bortland never say he was in the car? No, Bortland said he was. Wait,
he was the driver. He drove them to the place, so he had to be in the car.
Yeah, so that, y'all overthinking. Hey, Emo, shut up. That, the video footage, the GPS, how the hell is this boy going to explain? How is his defense? All right, let's ask this. Let's flip it all around. What can his defense do to prove he wasn't in that vehicle? What do you think? Like, just rash? I did. Like, you think anything?
Only thing they could do is bring their own experts that say, oh, well, I did my calculations and it looked like it was 2 cars away, or, you know, whatever. But I don't really think there's nothing that they could do to change my mind. They got to put on a hell of a case to change my mind that he didn't do it.
That is crazy. Like, when we recap all this, I'm sorry to tell y'all, man. And no, the jury can't watch us. Prosecutors can't take what we saying right now. Everything we've showed y'all or told y'all is what they said. So don't say we the police, we solve the case. Don't say that. We are only breaking down what they showed us. I'm coming to this conclusion. If they don't get a mistrial, which these people think mistrial means he beat it. No, it don't. They're just gonna start it all over. If he don't get acquitted or found, I just don't see any way possible that they can remove him from that vehicle. I don't see it.
They already, even today, his own defense lawyer said when they were trying to show the messages between the mom and, or was that yesterday? Today or yesterday? But he admitted, he was like, well, they already proved that it was his phone. Like, he damn near said it himself. So it's like the phone tracks the whole way, the whole route of the murders close to the hospital. He didn't, like, while they're at the hospital, the friends is at home. So he never made it home. So why he's still close by the hospital by the shootings?
And I'm gonna tell you one thing, Neat, that messed it all up for him. One thing. If he never called Fredo Bang to pick him up, he might have a chance. The fact that you used that phone and the phone pinned right next to the murders and you got picked up, it just threw everything out the window. Track's defense have to remove that man from the vehicle. And not even from just the vehicle, from the seat. Because even if they do, let's say they do, they say, oh, there was another car that pulled up. So what the other car did, they pulled up, knocked on the window, roll your window down, duck low. You roll your window down, duck low. Let me stick my hand in here, angle my hand like this, hold the gun like this, let me shoot like this, shoot like that, and then I'm going to politely remove my hand. You guys are fine. You feel me? No gun, because if somebody stuck their hand out the window, it'll still be blown back from the gun that'll hit on the seat or the windows or anything. So you got to eliminate that. If Bortland did it, what the hell Bortland did? Like this? Hey, Melly, duck. Bah, bah. No, he didn't do all that. Because
and Sack Chaser was shot first.
In the front seat.
From the back.
From the back. So Bortland would have had to do this, shoot, It would have been all type of gunpowder, everything on the seat. You feel what I'm saying? Or where he was at. They have boxed this man Melly in to the point, man. I feel bad for him because there's nothing he can do. Now, what his defense is starting to do, they trying to go for that appeal now. They're going for that appeal, and they winning a lot of shit. Like, when it comes to an appeal, it might be a whole nother thing. We might go through all this to get picture this, D. We done went through this whole time going through this case. What if they win the appeal for a whole nother trial?
It's possible. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. And their lawyers are good. There's a lot of stuff that the prosecution was trying to get in that they got kicked out. Like the fact that Melly was trying to ask his mom to buy him a gun the very next day, his lawyers, and in addition to getting that scribbled out of the text, they have gotten a lot kicked out. Now, there's stuff that we can't kick out. We're not kicking out the forensics. We're not kicking out the trajectory. We're not kicking out the scientific facts. We're not kicking out messages that directly show y'all got animosity. But there was a lot of stuff that the prosecutor was trying to get in that the lawyers was blocking it. And everybody in the chat, when it be live, they be getting mad. They be like, oh, sidebar. They trying their hardest to get any and everything that they can kicked out. One question that I seen somebody sent in a super chat, and you guys question, why is Cortland free and not YNW Melly? Well, from what I have been hearing is Cortland does not have any prior criminal history, and he was not deemed as the person as the shooter. He was the crash dummy who took them to the hospital, but he was ruled out by scientific forensics as the shooter. So they did not put him under the same stipulation as Melly because he did not have any priors prior to this incident. And I think at the time, how was he? How old was he? Was he older?
I think they was both. Hold on.
Was he 17?
I'm about to see right now. How long they been in jail? 5 years?
Yeah. 2018. While you look that up, I'm gonna finish explaining. So basically, though they saying 19 in the chat.
He was grown. Yeah, they was
okay.
Grown.
But basically, YNW Melly had priors. He done tried to stab somebody at school. He had been caught with a weapon before. He had all of these prior charges of beefing and getting into it with people. So they were able to hold him because he had priors, along with them feeling like he was the main shooter. Bortland wasn't deemed as the main shooter, and he did not have any priors, so he was able to go on house arrest. Now, should he be free, being able to get coochie in there and live the life in from the confines of his home? No, he should be in jail too, but that's why.
Yeah, and to piggyback off what she said, priors matter. People got to stop acting like your past don't matter. It's a lot of people, if they get caught with a gun and they never had nothing on their record, they can get probation. If you got a felony or something on your record, yeah, your ass going to jail. You see what I'm saying? So that applies to every single law that it is. Like that, and like she said, he has been accused of shooting at people before, bro. That's a threat to society. They're not letting the trigger man go, man. Period. If you are accused of being the trigger man, you're done. You're gonna sit your ass in the butt neat. Did you know they were at least going to go for an attempt for him to get bond? And when they got the phone, because immediately they didn't have the phone. When they got the phone and they went through the phone and they realized all that shit in the phone, they went to the judge and we said there's enough evidence in this phone where we feel like this boy shouldn't even be up for consideration for bond. They destroyed his whole bond court date. So it was that phone as well that they found evidence in that they said, nah, this boy ain't getting no court date, man. So, like, when it come to that, Todd Owens said, who else did it? Oh, you said who else did it? But, Todd, that's what we trying to basically say. Now, once again, we're not saying that we want Melly to get gone. Look, man, if Melly beat the case right now, don't move me, man. I like this is not my brother. This is not my cousin. I don't know this dude. He ain't did nothing to me, but he gave me trust issues when it came to my friends. That's all. That's all he did to me. They're painting that he was the only one that could have did it, and that's the thing. So what the defense has to do is try to throw in any other factors, but we got to keep it 100. The prosecution has did a great job at cutting off all Melly's angles, like where he can go. So now we're starting to see objection, mistrial. They're trying to get technicalities out here because they can't beat that phone. They know they can't beat that phone, Neat.
They can't beat the phone. All of the messages where people is texting him on his Instagram saying, hey, what's your number? What's your line? And he giving him that number. His mom calling from the jail, and he called that number, and she's telling him, why you calling your phone? Why you didn't call my phone? And he's calling that phone and showing that's the phone. That's the phone. They proved without a doubt that was his phone. And the reason why they were trying to get the phone kicked out is because the GPS data showed it pinging along the way of the shooting and how it was right next to the hospital when Bortland dropped off the bodies, and how close in proximity he was to it, and showing that also they showed his Fitbit. So on your phone, you have or Apple Watch or whatever, he had the Fitbit app on there, and it tracks steps. So when he got out of the car, they were able to also show, in addition, hey, he was walking at this point. He wasn't even, in no car, driving nowhere. He was walking at this point. So they also had the Fitbit walking thing or whatever.
You think that'll be reliable though? I think they're gonna kind of, because the Fitbit can't pinpoint exactly where you.
But that's why they use the phone location where it's pinging with the Fitbit. Like none of this evidence is one piece that's gonna get him. We're gonna use the trajectory. We're going to use, this is your phone. Your phone was at this location. At this time, you were walking in your Fitbit app. So they're layering evidence to show it all together. This comes and this shows Melly got out the car. He shot. It's layering a picture.
Hey, Bruce Rivers said brick by brick by brick. At first when I was watching this trial, I'm like, the prosecution fumbling the ball.
They were in the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning, we gonna keep it 100. The defense was kicking the prosecution ass. The prosecution couldn't get nothing through. They objected everything he granted it. I'm like, oh hell no, y'all tripping. Hey, Melly about to come home. But I didn't realize what the prosecution was doing.
Yeah, but she wasted a lot of the court's time though. Like me sitting in trials and sitting in several trials at this point, the way that I'm able to lay out these receipts, she could have made her case with the relevant information. She had the gun expert telling you how a gun works, how a bullet gets shot. Girl, just tell us how it got from one gun to the body. We don't need to know a science class on how a gun is scraped and how it, like, she put in a lot of irrelevant information that made me want to go through the damn screen and say, girl, show me the angle that it went. I don't need no damn Bill Nye the Science Guy
right
class. And she kept doing that with her experts, like teaching us, like, oh, this is a gun, and hey, if you pull out the magazine and you push it in, this is a safety, and if you pull it back, and this is how, like, girl, all of that is irrelevant. Like that's what she was doing for the first week, so it was making it look extremely weak, because it's like, girl, what are you doing? It took us weeks in to get the meat and potatoes. But even when she giving us the meat and potatoes, she then goes overboard with irrelevant stuff in between it. Like you drag on for days. So it's like she's not really a good prosecutor to me. She's trash. But She's garbage. She's trash. Like, looking at some of the prosecutors that I have seen, she's garbage. But everybody has done the work for her. She didn't make these reports. She didn't do the trajectory report. She didn't do the Cellbrite, all of that. All of these people who she just got, everybody did the work for her, and she is sitting here just throwing all of it off. Girl, you can't even condense it. Like, everybody did the work for you. Condense it and simplify it for us that we can understand it. She's trash. However, you can't refute facts because she gives so much irrelevant stuff. It's like, girl, we get it. Like,
yeah, I agree. About 4 of them days was just like, get to it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't get to it it was basically prove to me he guilty. You know what I mean? I'm going into the mindset he not guilty. So let me see what you got, lady. And she was terrible, but I'm not going to lie. The second half, she has redeemed herself, and she has been cooking like a motherfucker. And for real, what I see after the day, can't nobody tell me nothing. They thought yesterday, you know, they got the same. They know what the prosecution is going to come with every day. You know what I mean? They set up that fuck it. Once she showed these messages, we're going to call for a mistrial. And we feel like that the judge is going to grant it because it meets. I feel like they had nothing after that. They felt so confident that the judge was going to say, you know what? Y'all are bringing up Melly's mom's messages with him, and it has nothing to do with the case, and you guys are trying to picture it. Oh, I got another question after this, too. You guys are trying to picture it. I grant a mistrial. Once that judge said mistrial denied, they had nothing. Now, little Miss DUI from 10 years ago, allegedly, I'm joking, lady, allegedly, please don't sue me. Do Chapter 7 bankruptcy. But now her stomach ached, and now y'all just we gotta wait Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 5 days for day 15. So now the trial is going to go into next month.
right.
If she didn't get sick, y'all, it would be another day tomorrow, but they have to give her time so she wouldn't be sick and all that. I want to ask you this though. When the hell have we ever seen the trial where they're showing the jury? They're showing these people. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, I can see this lady whole face right here.
Oh, I didn't see none of the jury.
You
I
didn't
guess
see that? I see. I know what 3 of them look like right now.
Oh, really? I missed
They're
it.
spanning in. I can't believe you didn't see that. They're spanning in to, like, especially when Glass was on the scene. When they was asking Glass, they had like 3 jurors' faces showing like a motherfucker. I said, are they trying to get a because you know showing the jury face can get a mistrial too.
Yeah, I didn't even see that part.
Man, they was showing them 3-4 times. I'm like, damn, girl, they focused off they was right on them. It was an accident, but look, accidents can, you know what I mean? It can change some shit though. But damn, we damn near covered every angle. For real. What else we got left? Nothing.
Only just to play the guy explaining the trajectory for people if they want to.
Let's hit them with that.
All right, hold on.
You sharing it or dragging it?
I'm gonna share it. Hold on.
All right.
So this is him basically showing that it could only be one possible shooter. Let me share my screen. Hold on. Okay.
Hey, 4,000 people. Y'all get the lights up. Y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button on my channel. Y'all make sure y'all go over there at Nika at night, hit the subscribe button. Y'all see, she laying it out, man. She lightweight carried the whole lie. I gotta redeem myself on another live, man. But you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all get them lights up, man. Hey, I appreciate all them super chats too. They was coming in like a mug, man.
It's not on the screen.
Oh shit, my bad.
So Mr. Williams was not even aware he was about to be shot. When Mr. Williams was shot, Mr. Thomas puts up his hands and is shot, and then is shot again. There's no time for anybody to switch a firearm. If there were, I believe one of those individuals would be alive. There's no time to switch. It was a very, a rather rapid event of firing.
Can you say the length of time between the fatal shots and then the staged drive-by shots later on?
It was enough time for the heart to stop beating, for there to be no circulation due to the wounds that I examined from the medical examiner's office. None of the wounds have any blood in them, which tells me that they're all ante-mortem wounds. So the time was long enough for the heart to stop beating.
Okay. Is there scientific or medical testing to recreate that in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, it's knowledge. It's I'm sure the medical examiner could say the same thing.
So in terms of, it's nothing that can be recreated with a live human.
Correct.
In terms of the number of shots, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were fired inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude the shots to the head for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas as coming from outside of the car?
Yes.
How can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of this jury that, for example, shot that was marked as H in the, here, let's go to 6755. How can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury that shot H is not the one that wound up in the face of Mr. Thomas?
Because Mr. Thomas is already crumpling at this point, and he is actually he's in the clear, if you will, of site H.
How can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury that site H is not the shot to the back of the head of Anthony Williams?
Because site H continues and strikes Anthony Williams in the shoulder.
In terms of site K, the one that goes completely across the car, how can you tell that no one was sitting in the rear driver's side seat when that bullet came through the car?
It would have hit their legs.
Okay, so what he's displaying right now is there was initial shots from inside the vehicle that killed them, and then there was shots that they tried to recreate once they got out of the car to try to stage this drive-by. So what he's saying is the way these shots that came in after the kill shots, there's no way that they came in the way that they came in, because other people who were initially sitting in those seats would have been shot too. And Melly or Bortland, neither one of them got shot.
Was there any sign of blood or anything on that seat?
There were signs of blood on the seat, yes.
Can you explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what is Blue Star? You talked about it a little bit.
Blue Star is a chemical that is used in forensics. It's very healthy to use. We'll still get that result.
Okay.
Lasting. So you have to be very quick with your photograph in order to get it. Again, and
okay, that's that one. I think it was another one where he was talking. But you could talk in the meantime. You got a recap on it.
It's gonna be hard for Melly to. It's gonna be hard, even if they bring their own medical examiners in there, y'all. What they supposed to do? Lie? Like y'all, I think a lot of y'all think that they're going to bring up people in there that's going to lie. Bruh, if the gunshot wounds, fuck the bullshit. I'm tired of bullshit. How you going to beat this, man? For all you people, tell me, please. I'll listen. I got all goddamn day. Listen, please tell me how y'all feel that the defense is literally going to. You ready?
Oh, my bad. I'll start listening to you.
No, you ready?
To bring up the video? No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So a lot of y'all is acting like, all right, if they bring up somebody, they could just prove something else. They can't just lie on the stand, though. Bruh, let's say, all right, they bring us some people and they say the gunshot wounds could have came from all the way over here. Well, if it don't line up, how the hell can they get on the stand and say that? So I don't think the defense is going to want to bring up a trajectory expert at all. Because if they do, what they going to do? Get a trajectory expert to make Melly look worse? To agree with what the fuck they saying? Bro, the way the bullet holes came in their body is only one way. They were shot at that angle. That's over with. For the fact that they had gunshots after they were already dead. That's what's gonna nail Bortland because he had gunshot residue on him. That's gonna nail Bortland to the cross. You're done, Bortland. I'm sorry. I know you hit a nigga up. You're done, man.
All right, so this next video is him explaining why it was not a drive-by.
Oh, this is gonna be the good one too.
In your analysis, I'm going to go back to 4809 to describe those angles.
So these angles are important because it is part of my assignment, which is to determine if this is a drive-by shooting. And my determination was that this is not a drive-by shooting, and it's based upon this picture here, which is a very good picture to describe it. All of these rounds are done, and all but one is done at a stationary position. The shooter is at a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the shooter is actually moving in that to create the little bit of a keyhole that you see there.
Okay, a lot of information in that answer, so let's break it down a little bit. You mentioned a keyhole, so I'm gonna zoom in on site L and explain what is a keyhole.
So a keyhole is a projectile comes out of the barrel and it is actually spinning in a line. It's also falling as it spins. However, once you add movement to the gun at the same time the projectile is coming out, you introduce that movement to the projectile. Once the projectile has altered movement, it will start to tumble. So it's no longer going in a straight line. It is actually going like head over feet, if you will, as it's entering into its target. And that head over feet gives you this right here, which is essentially the projectile coming in sideways.
In terms of a drive-by shooting, if two vehicles are moving at 45 miles per hour, what would you expect to see?
So if it's a drive-by shooting, all of these rounds should look like this.
Why?
Because movement is being introduced to that projectile.
So to contrast site L with one of the other sites like you, what does that tell you?
So that's a shot that the shooter is stationary. The vehicle is stationary.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I feel bad for this dude now. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, after watching this knee, I don't really think he got a chance, man. Because somebody said in the comments, AK, showing proof that he shot a gun. I do not know why these people think we live in a country where you got to do that. I don't. And for all you guys that's telling me this, y'all must not understand the United States of America, man. You don't got to do none of that shit, man. All you got to do is show reason. That's forget the word. Okay, a lot of y'all don't know what the word circumstantial is. Reason and reasonable doubt. Fuck it, we gonna play like that. You got reason of why he did it, and you got reasonable doubt of why he didn't do it. There is a lot of people who've been convicted in this country where they haven't had a gun, they haven't had a motive, and they still get life in prison without the possibility of parole. And I'm telling y'all this right now. If Melly's defense don't step it up and remove this motherfucker from the goddamn car, he's done. His defense has to somehow.
But if they remove him from the car, they got to add somebody to the car.
And they got to add somebody else. Because regardless, if we remove Melly from the seat, right, somebody was in that motherfucker. So this is not the game to where you can remove yourself and that's it. No, you have to remove yourself and add somebody else. That's why they was trying to blame Borton from the front seat. That ain't working. So they're going to have to remove Melly and put somebody in that seat. Who is that somebody?
And they pointed out that Sack Chaser was in a sleeping position when the first shot came in. So if Melly get out the car and somebody get in the car, he not going to wake up for them stopping and, transferring in, getting in and all that.
And then it made it worse because they said Juvie had defense wounds. So what happened was they both were asleep. Sack gets shot, bow. Juvie wake up, look over, and it's over.
And his hand, the direction where Melly is, gets shot.
And how did his finger get shot? What finger did they say? The pinky or the one of his fingers?
I think it was his thumb.
His thumb. How did his thumb get shot? If you do like this,
and the bullets are coming from the back of the glass.
Right. If Melly right there, and then they said the windows was up, right?
No, so they staged the drive-by with the windows down because none of the shots that were upper blew, they didn't penetrate like the speaker and anything like that. Like if the door was closed and the shot from side to side went through, it would have shot through the speaker, but it didn't shoot through the speaker. So that means that the door was open when they did it.
Lord have mercy. One of the juries is hey man, so shit. Was that it? That was the last piece we had right there.
Yeah. If you want, you can let like 5 people up for 2 minutes.
Yeah, hey y'all, I'm letting 5 people up. First come, first serve, y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all come up here and ask what y'all need to ask. I'm dropping the link right now in the comments. Hold on. And y'all got 2 minutes apiece, y'all. Because we've been already on here for 2 hours. Neek, once again, I appreciate it. You ain't had to come through, but you came through. You one of the big dogs, man. I'm trying to get to where you at. You feel what I'm saying? So you ain't have to come up here and fuck with us. That was love.
Nah, you a big dog yourself. Like, it's all about consistency. It don't even matter about how many subscribers you got. It matter about what work you putting in. You've been putting in a lot of work, so that's why I've
been trying.
Yeah, that's why you got everybody over there, because you've been covering it. They waiting to see what's going on.
No, facts. Y'all got him. Hold on. Did I drop the link?
Yeah, I seen the link.
Yeah, nigga, I think they're gonna have a hell of a time trying to the defense. Hey, look, that's what they get paid for though. Y'all gonna have to make up some shit. And they don't understand the defense might really be like, this nigga's a killer. But they are literally defending him. They getting paid to defend. The defendant even think he guilty, y'all, but they still gotta.
Oh, let me
Boogie,
share
you
it.
gotta show your face, dog. All right, we got one. Hold on. Here you go. Boom.
Ace Boogie, what's up? What's your
You on
thoughts?
mute. You on mute. You on mute, and you on the floor.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Listen. Oh, my fault. I just got a vasectomy, so I'm in pain.
Woo.
But
Oh
listen,
my God.
listen. I still want to know. I feel like Track set all this up. I feel like Track is the motive. I think Track is the man behind all of this, bro. I feel like Track planted the phone. Track was in the car. Period. I feel like Melly go get away with this, man. I don't care what nobody say. He's gonna get away from it. If Borland don't rat out Honey Cake Track, bro.
Track has not been on the stand. He has not, like, his name has come up. So how is it somehow gonna go onto Track? You feel like that's what the defense is gonna present?
I feel like that's what they gonna present because by the end of the damn day, that's the only person that has not been on the stand. And that's like what AK said. He has not had no type of paperwork to come testify. No, none of that. Like he's the only person. So
I do believe he a witness. I do believe.
I feel like he's a witness
he
too.
lied to me. Yeah, he
Bro.
lied to me like a motherfucker. But he said he wanted to talk to me, but I'm scared to death of talking to the motherfucker.
Bro, I feel like he's the main witness that's gonna close it all out because he's the one behind the scene. Because I'm just like you. How the hell did you get the phone? How did you get the phone out of everybody? How did you get the phone?
Well, the mama kind of admitted though.
Yeah, the mom in the jail call, the mom said, I'm gonna give the phone to Track because Track say I'm not answering the phone right. She said that on the jail call.
And then somehow, immediately after that, the phone in the police hands. But I'm gonna shut up about that.
Hey, because personally, he could have just kept the phone and not said nothing. Now maybe that would have changed a little bit. Because okay, there's no phone, no nothing. But I think still by the end of the goddamn day, I feel like Melly got like a 5% chance of beating all this. But the person that's gonna really change the story is if Track get on the stand and they say.
So let me ask you this before you go. You feel like they don't have any evidence?
No.
No evidence at all?
Not no strong evidence. Like not no strong evidence.
Hold on. Do you feel like they have any evidence at all? Man, this ain't Jeopardy, man. Hold on. We going to street.